Good morning, everyone. Just like to say something about the death of Anne Widdicombe. It appears that she was killed in quite unpleasant circumstances at her home. I've noticed that some people on other websites have been quite unkind and scathing of her, but she's now dead, and there's nothing any of us can do about those thoughts or opinions that you don't like, because she's now dead and she's being killed. Obviously, she will have some relations, and to them, they will need to mourn her death. And the way it was all done in a quite cruel and possibly calculated way, we don't know yet. It would appear that the white man has now been released by police, so the investigation is ongoing. This obviously was an elderly lady of 78. She could have been your grandma, possibly your sister even, an older sister. And it's very sad that people seem to think they still need to spew out lots of unpleasant messages, things, and call her names when she's passed away or been killed. As I say, she has got relations, and I'm sure that's not very helpful for them to be bitter and unpleasant online. We all have different opinions on things. That's the way life is. We're all different people. And when someone has died, it's really best to try and put that to one side or come to terms with it. You wouldn't expect to go to a funeral or a service of remembrance where the person taking the service started being unpleasant and swearing about the person that had died. I don't think the relatives would be very impressed, or the friends of that person. There comes a point where we have to have respect, and we just have to accept that that person has now died, and, their views aren't going to be there. I'm sure they'll be in books and people will talk about it, but really once somebody has died, you just have to try and put it to bed, really, and forget it and move on. Otherwise, you just make yourself rather bitter, which doesn't help you or the people around you. So let's just say, please rest in peace, Anne, and rise in glory. I know she was a Catholic, she was an Anglican before, but just that there can be a peaceful situation, particularly for her family and friends, because she's died, that they don't have to read those awful comments in newspapers or online. To wish somebody dead is quite a cruel and very, shall we say, direct sort of problem. So let's just hope that they find the person that did this and justice can be done for Anne. Thank you.